So I have you know about the E350 Super Duty light white line, people call it, because that's the last owner call it white lightning. But yeah, basically don't really know what to do. So this is a story. Um, Going forward is basically, really, um, basically I had a problem with my van starting, right? So I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't start. So I took it to this mechanic shop. Right, I drove it there, right, and they completely. Then I like, oh well, it starts with the solenoid. I told them that, blah blah blah, and they like, so they sitting there banging on the starter and everything else, and it's like, okay, why are they doing that? Blah blah blah, and so, so I'm like, well, they like, okay, yeah, we check it out. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving town soon, so can you make sure that you check out everything because I'm leaving town? And they're like, yeah, yeah. So I dropped it off. I have record on the 16th of January, right? And, uh, and, which is probably like a month ago. And at this point, but so I dropped it off, and they looked at it, right, and they called me back the next day. You need a starter, right? So I posted on YouTube that, hey, I need a starter, and one of my mechanic friends, which is also the guy that bought the van, he's like, no way, it's the starter. If you're able to start it up with the solenoid, if you check behind the battery, there's a little solenoid, you can just start it up like that. And I'm like, hey, usually that's what's go bad in that van, And I'm like, okay. So I picked it up in a mechanic shop. They was able to get it running, so they drove it out fine. And I just drove away, and they're like, yeah, it's good to go. We need a new starter and a ignition switch, they said, right? And I'm like, that's a complete wrong diagnosis of the vehicle. And two, they didn't check the oil, right? I mean, they claimed they checked the oil, but the oil was bone dry, and that's probably why the engine wasn't start. Even though that engine, I don't know, if have a oil level sensor, but they didn't check the oil. So I'm like, okay, they didn't check, So then less than a week later, I drove it to church, and it was cold. I wasn't driving around that much. I pretty much just drove it home, drove it to church, and then it broke down. You know, I was like sick that week, so it's like, oh. And then I came back a few days later trying to fit out everything I can to try to get started. Try to put fresh gas in there. I thought I ran out of gas. I tried to put fresh gas in, and it gas. Um, so no, I bought it from Camp Tire Dirty Tires for what for average for he did give me a good deal for that type of van with all the extra. He pretty much sold me the van for what a good deal. I got a really good deal on the van, but I didn't get it for free. You know, you know, um, I didn't get that good a deal. I mean, I could have bought other vans for the same amount of money that I paid for that van, but you know, uh, but that van was definitely a really nice van for the amount of money that I paid for it, and that's why I bought it. So yeah, no, it was not a free van. Yeah, and so, uh, yeah, so Um, yeah, they claim. So yeah, I came back here last week, and I talked to them about it, and they swear up and down that they checked the oil, and that everything was ready to go when they left, and that I must have done something wrong, which I would, that's just, like it's somehow my fault, and they're not responsible. But everything was really good to go. I don't know. I got this letter right here. I'll show it to you guys. This is a letter. It's an official looking letter. Look like it from Tony. I got another one that will just have as a backup copy. I need to probably sign it. I'll sign it when I get in there. But I guess I don't really need to sign it. But yeah. So yeah. Are they closing? I thought they closed at 7. I thought you guys closed at 7.
Right, 6 o'clock, brother.
Okay. Well, I got a letter for you guys.
Okay.
You guys did some work on my van a couple weeks ago, and
Okay.
and the engine blew up.
Wow.
And I was like trying to figure out what to do. And
these 350 Super Duty. What was done to it?
Oh, you guys was going to replace the starter, and it wasn't even the starter that was the problem.
Mm. What color was it?
Is it white? It's a camper van. I had all that stuff on the roof. Had like a wind turbine and stuff on the roof, and it had like a bunch of stickers, and the air conditioning system was like a camper van.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then like a week later, the oil was completely gone, and the engine blew up, and I'm like, and then I took it to the next mechanic. They're like, oh, I tell you exactly what happened. Is the engine is blown up because it didn't have an old engine, and it's like freewheeling.
Mm.
It's like
freewheeling.
So when you start it up, they have no compressing, and the E350 is, if you don't put oil in it, the chain breaks, the timing chain.
Wow. I'll get it to him tomorrow morning.
I mean, yeah.
I'll give it to him now.
Because pretty much I don't know what to do because I'm stranded without a vehicle, and
So you got the starter replaced.
Well, I didn't actually get it replaced. They told me to get the starter replaced, but I didn't have money for the starter.
Okay.
And then I got a bunch of calls to say it's not the starter, it's something else. Take it to another mechanic shop.
And you didn't have any oil.
And I didn't have any oil. And it's like, you didn't even tell me there was an oil leak or anything. You guys should have been like, oh yeah, it also don't have any oil.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it to him, brother. Give him to him tomorrow. I guess he'll give you a call.
But yeah, I just don't know what to do. That was like my house, and now I'm like homeless without a vehicle.
Wow. All right.
So.
Well, I'm just a tech, man. So
I know.
I can't answer no question for you. So.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, brother. All right.
All right. So I dropped it off. I'm not going to say the name of the mechanic shop right now. But yeah. Well, they did look at the van, and they should have told me there was no oil. Yeah. It's small claims. That's why if I had to sue. Well, if it doesn't hold up in court, Yeah, hopefully it does. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if it will hold up on court, but maybe it will. Um, I just don't know what to do. Well, yeah, probably you're right. Probably not going home on court and probably just waste some time. But maybe they give me subbing. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to. I'm thinking that I probably should take the van over to a friend's house, put it in storage. Maybe I can rebuild the engine this summer. My friend was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll buy." You know, I'm probably gonna give it to a friend, and he said he might rebuild the engine. He said it's probably worth $4,000 to rebuild the engine, and he said he probably could do the work himself. You know, I don't really know if I really want to spend the money to rebuild the engine because I'd rather put the money into a school bus if I had the money. I mean, the van ran great. You know, for several months, and I did, you know, when I, but so I don't think really Campfire's fault. Or maybe I could buy the van. I can fix up the van, rebuild the engine, and then give it away as a prize. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Alright, cool. Alright. I don't know. AI was saying that I could sue the mechanic, but maybe AI make mistakes. Hallucinations, man. Alright. Keep going. Okay, well, I don't know. Bye. Bye, people.